What's going on, everybody? I'm John Turner.
I'm Afton.
Welcome back to Woods to Table. We're back out on the lake again tonight. We have a unique opportunity. My mom said she wanted to watch the kids and give us a chance just to get out by ourselves and have a date night. And I asked Afton, we can do anything within the limits of the quarantine right now. And what'd you say?
Night fishing, baby.
Night fishing. That, young men, is how you know you got a good one. You got a woman that loves Jesus, and she loves hunting and fishing, and she knows how to cook. You find that woman, you marry her, and you hold on with both hands. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so it's finally about dusk. Ready to get our bite on.
Stay tuned. Get your bite on. We'll be night fishing now.
All right, pull him up.
Come on in, buddy.
Hey, that got us started.
Ooh, yeah,
all right,
man.
Nice job.
All right, little buddy. Little crappie.
Yeah. Nice job. That'll get us started. Hopefully we can find some bigger ones. What do you think?
All right, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. What you got going?
Got a big old fish. Definitely bigger than the last one. Oh, he mad, y'all.
Oh, don't pull him all the way to the end of it.
All right, what are we gonna do?
Perfect. It's a cat, dude.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold still. Don't lift him in. There you go. All right, bring him right over here. There he is. Nice job,
Boat,
babe.
baby.
Fish in the boat.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. You take him out and hold him. There you go. Nice.
How about that?
Oh, this biminy's in the way. Here we go. Got something on here. Another crappie?
Crappie.
Okay. That one's a little bit small, folks. I think he may have to go back. What do you think? I don't think there's any amount of holding that one close to the camera that's gonna make him big enough to fillet.
Bye, buddy.
All right.
All right.
Look at these bugs.
I know. It's crazy
Craziness.
here.
All right. Back to it. Almost went over. This feels like a little better one than the last one.
Please don't go in the lake.
So it wouldn't take much to be better than the last one, I'm gonna tell you.
That'd be a date night if I had to rescue you.
You already rescued me once, babe. He's tugging. Hard to tell. Where is he? There he is. Hey, that's a better crappie right there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get him in here. There he is. Okay. Hey.
Nice.
Afton Turner.
That is a good old crappie.
What do you think of that?
Hey, turn your headlight off.
Excuse me.
There you go.
That'll eat. What do you think of him?
That's some good fish right there.
That's a good size. Real good size crappie. All right, so it looks like we still do have our bait here, but real quick, while I've got this up here, let's talk a little bit about what we're using tonight. We've had a couple of different rigs on, and we've had success with a number of different things. The one that we've had the most success with is actually like a $1 a piece crappie rig that we got from Walmart. And it's just these sections of monofilament with these wire connectors on here that you can attach a snell hook to, and it comes with these, it looks like about a number 4 Aberdeen hook that attaches to the number 4 Aberdeen snells that attach to the crappie rig itself, and then at the bottom it has a snap that you can attach your weight to, and we're using a 3/8 ounce like a barrel sinker on that, and we've had the most success with that tonight. We've had some hits on regular crappie jigs just tipped with minnows, but this has by far been the most successful for us tonight. They seem to really like it.
A little crappie.
That's a good size.
Not so little.
Yeah, he's not so little.
I think we can keep him.
I think he might He might eat.
Hey, little buddy. Late night.
What?
Dead weight.
It's more
better
than some.
no weight.
Yeah. Got to go around this bimini top.
Yeah, no.
To rethink this.
Little adjustment.
I don't think we need a bimini top for night fishing.
Yeah, that was poor planning.
What do you think about that?
Go back to your
Do you want me to pontificate again?
Yeah, go ahead and start with the measurement.
There's units of measure, different units of measure in the world. There's pounds, there's kilograms, and then in the South we have a mess. So we use pounds across the United States, kilograms basically everywhere else in the world that's on the metric system. And then in the South we say we catch a mess of crappie. And that is what is in my live well right now. We're gonna have a nice fish fry when we get back to the house. I mean, not like immediately because it's gonna be like 6 in the morning, but soon we're gonna have a really nice fish fry.
And a mess of crap.
And a mess of crappie. It's a huge unit of measure.
The more you
It's
know.
like 60 pounds. It's not that many pounds. It's a lot. Knowledge is power. The more you know. Ta-na-na.
Oh, there is one on there.
Think so?
Yeah, there's one on there. That's a fish, yo.
100%.
That's a new fish. though.
100%.
I just looked at that a second ago. It wasn't.
I thought we were gonna be moving on to do some catfishing, and here we are. I don't know what this is. All right.
Maybe we are catfishing.
Maybe we are catfishing. Who knows that?
Who knows?
There's something on here for sure. It might. I mean, no, I think it's, again, with this crappie rod, or the crappie rig, it's like it gets them kind of tangled up in it, and they just don't, they don't pull.
That one's been in a little bit.
It feels almost more like you're reeling in a catfish when that happens.
Crappie.
Crappie. And it's tangled in another line, too. But.
I bet that's about the exact same size, too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is about the same size as the other one. So.
Oh, it's on your
Did the
back.
hook come out? Am I safe?
Ish.
But again, I mean, this is a happy accident. We were reeling up to go around the corner and troll for some catfish. And actually, it turns out we had another crappie on the line. Man, it's a good time. We can't do anything without catching fish tonight. It's really becoming kind of annoying. Man, that was an absolutely awesome night. We had a blast. We got a live well full of crappie, one catfish. We can't wait to get home and get cooked up. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but that wind kicked up tonight. We had a lot of difficulty getting the boat out, blowing sideways and everything. We had a blast. All right, we had an amazing time out there. Afton's first time night fishing. We had an awesome date night, caught up a bunch of fish, ready to get these things cleaned up. I'm so glad to be back at the house and ready to fix this dinner because we just had a time. I mean, as awesome as date night was and as good as the fishing trip was, got back to the boat ramp, and against all odds, there must have been a bass club or something that had a night fishing tournament that was in right at 2 in the morning. So it was just mayhem getting out of there and boat wakes everywhere. Then we figured out that we had a dead battery in the car. So it was closer to 4 o'clock in the morning when we got home, but you know, Afton was a champ. We toughed it out, we made it back. So we're ready to get this meal fixed up tonight. We're gonna go ahead and show you how to clean these guys up, even though we've done this in some other videos. You clean up these crappie the same way that you would. This one's got a bigger head. It's probably not gonna wanna fit in my clamp here. Most any other vertebrate fish. So you're just gonna clamp him down, take a nice, sharp, flexible fillet knife that'll bend with you a little bit. You're just gonna come in here behind this first fin and kind of score it. The long cut down his back and into his stomach. And then you're just gonna follow the spine down, making short cuts with your knife until you feel eventually that rib cage underneath will end and you'll quit feeling resistance where you can poke that knife all the way through down. See, it comes out the belly. Just continue to follow the spine down and out the other side. Now, we're just gonna peel this back with our fingers, and again, using that flexible fillet knife, just kind of follow down this rib cage and let that fillet knife do its work. Freeing this meat from the bone. There we go. There we go. Looks like we didn't get a ton of meat off right there. Cut it free. I missed, so there, that's the start of it. So we'll do the same thing on the other side, but for now, take him loose, we'll set him back over here. For now, we're gonna finish out this fillet. Go ahead and clamp it down in here. And if I can't use any of this, that's fine. We're just gonna start into it with the flexible knife and just continue to press down, let that knife bend and let it do its work. I'm not gonna mess with that belly meat, but that is the start of a really nice dinner right there. We got a nice fillet off one side of that crappie. We're gonna show you guys how to cook this up. Come in here, we're gonna show you one way to do this, which is the fastest way to do it for a smaller fish like this. Still legal size and everything, but the fastest way to do it is, again, get this started up at the top. But we're gonna go ahead and just cut this free. Poke it through. And as we come back up, instead of trying to bend this and fillet this free of the bone up here, we're just gonna come back up here and cut this entire rib cage off. If you have an electric fillet knife, this is much, much easier, but instead of sitting there and just cutting over and over again, now we've got the start of our little fillet, right? So I'll go ahead and take this loose. Here's how we would finish this off. Come in here with your fillet knife, work it down and away. Now, our fillet now has the rib cage in it, and so we're just gonna come in here and cut that free, right? Perfect boneless fillet from a smaller black crappie. All right, so those are remarkably easy to clean. If you've never cleaned a black crappie or any other vertebrate fish, they all work basically the same way. I showed you two ways to do it. One of them is a little bit more straightforward, a little bit quicker, and better for your smaller fish, but you're gonna wind up with a little bit more waste that way. Good to know how to do it both ways. And we're gonna show you how to cook this up tonight. It's gonna be absolutely awesome. I wasn't gonna do it, but we are gonna fry up a little bit of this fish. We're gonna use the smaller crappie and the catfish, fry that up, make some fries for the kids, but we got something a little bit fancier planned just to wrap up date night for me and Afton. We're gonna show you guys how we like to saute these crappie fillets from the bigger fish that we had with a lemon and butter sauce on top. Gonna be absolutely awesome. For our sides tonight, we're gonna do some crispy gnocchi with cherry tomatoes and garlic, and then the world famous at this point Brussels sprouts that we like to roast. You guys have seen us do that a number of times. All right, so I told you guys this dinner's gonna go quick, so we gotta move quickly to make sure we time this right. So very quickly with your fish, got a couple of nice crappie fillets here. We're gonna do salt and pepper on both sides of these things. Pat them dry with some paper towels before you do it, or your seasoning's not gonna stick. I got a little bit of salt in one spot right here, so I'm just gonna rub it in. All right, flip them over, do the same thing to the other side. Now, once we've done that, and that meat is seasoned, we're gonna come over here and add our gnocchi to a pot of boiling water. I'm gonna try not to get this all over me. And let that boil for 3 minutes. Okay, so as soon as that gnocchi starts to float, that's gonna be our signal that we need to drain it and change it over to the saute pan. When I put it in the saute pan, that's the signal to put the fish in. So we're gonna time this up. It comes together very, very quickly. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and melt a couple of tablespoons of butter, and then we're gonna add some lemon juice to that, stir it together, heat it up a little bit once you add the lemon juice if your lemons are cold, and that's gonna be the I don't know, sauce that we're gonna add to the top of the fish once it's finished. It gives it a really nice flavor. All right, so we've got the gnocchi in there and it's gonna start to crisp up. So we're gonna take our fish fillets and go ahead and add them on about a medium heat. I don't wanna get this pan too hot. We got a little bit of olive oil in here. Add our fish. We're gonna leave that for the same amount of time that the gnocchi's sitting, about 2 to 3 minutes per side. Tell y'all what, we go through some olive oil in this house.
We use olive oil daily.
Seriously. It's good for everything. Literally. Fish, beef, chicken in your pans, ingrown toenails. Doesn't matter. You can use it for anything you want.
I'm sorry, what?
Ingrown toenails. Just pop them right out. All right, so we just melted that butter. About a tablespoon of butter and then added lemon juice to it. Now, as we get ready to flip the fish over and it's getting close, I'm gonna go ahead and just drizzle some of this on here. And we're gonna reserve a little bit of that for the other side of this fish when I flip it over, and then a little bit more still for when we plate it. Alexa, stop. Go ahead and flip this. Looking good. You can do this fish a variety of ways, right? Crappie is a really, really nice white fish. And so you can, depending on what you add to it, how long you cook it, you can crisp up that outside and get it to blacken if you want to. We're gonna cook this to hopefully where it's just a really nice tender consistency tonight.
Nice and clean.
Nice and clean. I'm gonna put a little bit more of this lemon butter on there.
Well,
now,
clean until you put butter on it.
but at least we know what's going into it, right?
Yeah.
So I've at least seen every ingredient that's going into this fish. All right, so the gnocchi, we're gonna come back and add, I don't know, about a handful of cherry tomatoes that we've cut in half. We've got about a tablespoon and a half of capers. We're gonna add this to gnocchi. Also gonna add a couple of cloves of cut garlic. Stir all that around for another 3 minutes. All right, so we got this thing plated. Again, I mean, it's a little bit chaotic because you're trying to do a bunch of things at once to try to time it so everything turns out hot. But it's really, really a quick dinner to put together, and it looks like it's absolutely gonna be phenomenal. But I'm gonna let Afton taste this first one. You better make sure, as soon as Mom gets done, I think she's she's probably Instagramming right now. As soon as you get this stuff, I mean, you're cooking stuff in hot oil, right? So you gotta be really, really careful. You blow that, make sure it comes down to temperature.
Let me get a fork.
Confession, I got a little bit overzealous and decided to do a taste test on some of the gnocchi and burnt the roof of my mouth. So I'm gonna pay for that for a couple of days. So make sure you let it cool off.
I'm gonna do the fish first. Yes.
You like it?
Yes. So good. God, that is fresh as all get out.
Yep.
So good.
Love it?
Love it.
Try to bite. You can bite the fish.
I know, it's really good.
Holy cow.
It's
And
really
we kind of winged it, but we cooked it perfect. And it's just so flaky. And I think the butter was really helpful too.
Let's get this with one of the
Well, hang on.
tomatoes.
I'm gonna chow down on that plate. This is where we're gonna leave you guys because we're gonna eat this really quick. We're gonna serve up a couple more plates, and we got fish to fry over here for the kids, and just get the rest of this dinner going. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Listen, this is a great idea with the the quarantine and the shutdown on right now. If you guys have an opportunity to get out into the outdoors, this makes for a lot of fun. A really good date night, creative idea, and an inexpensive dinner. So we hope you do. We hope you do take us up on this. God bless, and we'll see you next time.